for a while, but we want to make it a regular thing. So we put it in the calendar this week and actually put this live this morning, hopefully to get some engagement, but it will be recorded so people can watch it back. The purpose is really to demonstrate part of Payaca, and I'll just continue to fill while Jamie sorts out his sound.
I have no idea how to fix this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it sounds fine from this. I think there's an echo cancellation button. I mean, it's a good job this isn't live, and you do have that turned on. Anyway, I'll try and do a lot of the talking anyway, and Jamie can ask questions. But what we want to demonstrate is a part of a typical, probably like solar installation flow, but this could be translated into heat pumps or EV charger installs, obviously solar battery, like any, Payaca really focuses on serving customers who are rolling out low carbon technologies from very small businesses right up to sort of large sort of enterprise suppliers, working with OVO in particular at the moment on their solar franchise model, which is working very, very well. It's really good to see that grow and lots of others in the works. But what we want to do is show you from the point of view of, say, a marketing website capturing a lead, how that information flows into Payaca. So we can create sort of custom data fields within Payaca, and all that data can go in. And then look at how we can capture survey or sort of on-site information using the mobile app, and how that can sort of complement the data that's already there. From there it can be used in automations and forms and things. But we just want to demonstrate a kind of initial flow of data from marketing through to site survey. Any questions on that, Jamie? Do you think that's clear?
I think that's clear. I think it's something that we've had live for a couple of weeks now, or along with various stages. We've had lots of questions on. I think it became a natural topic for this sort of first webinar, and just clear up some questions we have and get out there a lot.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. The first thing I'm going to share is a completely mocked up website. So if you're a business like installing solar, this is a demonstration of a website that you may have, but this was created in about 3 minutes. So don't judge it, don't judge the content. It was mainly AI created. But imagine this is your website where you can get a free solar survey. So this, obviously, people can build websites and all sorts of different technologies, whether it's custom built or whether using a system like Webflow or Framer or WordPress. There are many different ways of creating like web forms. Payaca has an open API. So if you go to the Payaca website, payaca.com, and then scroll down to the bottom, there's API docs there. With a Payaca account, you can generate credentials. We're going to skip over that bit, but that allows you to connect your own service directly into Payaca. If you don't have your own sort of in-house technical capability, there are platforms like Zapier, which works very well, which you could basically say, when this web form's filled in, then do this in Payaca, and that can connect directly to the API. So the API is there to basically take the information that I'm going to fill in here on the website and translate that into Payaca's data structure. So I'm just going to fill in some demo information. Here's one I made earlier. So I've got address here. I've asked for some questions that is potentially going to feed into the survey stages. Excuse me. And there's some other questions here, but obviously this could be whatever you want, and that can come across into Payaca, both as technical information on the project and say marketing data as well. So I'm going to say get my free survey. Okay, so that's worked great. So if I switch tabs now into this Payaca, I've got this new lead that's come into the pipeline now. I've given this is coded so it's gone net zero inquiry, but this is basically the customer's name. So if I click on the customer here, I'm just going to edit this because that's just a bit annoying. So save that.
Yeah, this is something anyone else would.
Yeah, exactly. That's AI. So I've got a bunch of data here now related to this customer, and this kind of data can actually be used in our analytics dashboards as well. You'll be able to cut so if you're looking at profitability or time to install, like any data, you could then go, well, now I want to be able to filter that by these different variables, whether it's property ownership, for example, and I might find different, whether it's like landlord or owner occupied or whatever, like maybe that these are more or less profitable jobs for me. So it's really important to like capture this data. But this could be like, I don't know, maybe you're using like Google Ads and you want your like ads data going in captured. And so Payaca is handling everything from the initial capture of that lead right the way through the customer journey, and there's going to be lots of data you capture in that customer journey, but I'm going to need to be able to get back and go analyze, or how well is my advertising working, for example, because ultimately it might have got me more sales, but this means that they're much more profitable on the whole. So it's just important to have that data at the start, so you can create these field sets yourselves, which has got all of this information, and that's going to be pre-populated there. So within Payaca, I've got I'm on the customer page here. On the customer, I can go see the schedule addresses, like contacts, and then the projects. You might have multiple projects over time. This one is a solar battery lead that's come in. My AI solution here has added a bunch of notes. So this is Claude that's added notes, but that's equivalent to like ChatGPT or Google's Gemini, or there are various solutions out there that we can talk about in another video, because that's kind of quite exciting in itself, if you're a little bit geeky like me. So I've now got a different data set here that's related to the project. So I can store data against the customer. I can also store data against the project. And that's just come in via that one submission on the website. So I've got the solar PV installation survey. There's some of the data that the customer's already given us is going to be pre-populated. So when the surveyor goes out using the mobile app in the field, they're going to be asked to answer some of these questions. There's some photos here as well. But they're also going to already have some of the information, so they could maybe correct it. And there would also be an audit log of any changes here. I mean, I, in the office as well, can like click in here and go, actually, I do know that it's clay tiles, because I had a chat with the customer and they told me. Obviously a slightly random example, but now that's going to go to the field agent as well. I am going to load a template because this is going to pull in my folder structure. So within the files section now, I've got all of these different folders. I can create subfolders in here as well. So it's really important that you are able to sort of classify the information that comes in, whether it's images, whether it's documents that people have signed. I can move that around into the right folders, and all of that can be, some of it, will be shared via the client portal. We'll cover that in another video or another webinar as well. But a handover document that'll be there. I can drop files into it, and we can share them with the customer. I'm going to assign this one to me. So the first thing we're going to do then, as part of this run through, I'm going to book in the survey. So I'm going to book it in for, click on me. I'm going to use the solar survey template, and that solar survey template is going to ask the person in the field to fill out that solar PV installation survey as a form. So it's going to add the data that's already there. I am going to add Jamie as well to this. You can add, obviously, multiple people might be attending. Maybe Jamie's my apprentice. So I've put that one in. So I can see it's gone into both people's calendar. If I click on that, I can see there's a task to complete the field set there. If we go back to activity, I can see now I've got this option, this calendar booking in the diary. So I'm gonna then share the mobile app.
And just point out, anyone can create their own templates with the template drop down top right. You can then fill in information, preload the description of the event to the customer. You can pre-add tasks, pre-assign a number of different things. So then you have to do that the once. You can just add that template each time.
Cool, thank you. So hopefully now we can see the mobile app. So this was a previous appointment I had in the diary for today, which I've completed, but this is the next one. So I can click on that and I can view the information here. So there might be some notes. We haven't had any. Materials, address history if someone's been here before, if the customer contacts here, and any files that can be shared with me. We've not set that one up. So as the person in the field, I now go, I'm on the way. So what that's going to do is I can see that for James Thompson, I've got his email and his mobile number. So when I click start, it's going to use the Google Maps API, which looks at the current travel conditions based on my location and the location of the booking, and it's going to send the customer a notification to say that Matt's on his way with an estimated arrival time of whatever it is, plus a 10-minute window, just in case any problems there. I've got directions at the top, so then I can open that in my app of choice. Tracking my travel time is important to note from a business perspective. You're going to want to have your sort of like users' costs sort of tracked against them. So what we're trying to do here, we're not going to show sort of proposals and stuff on this webinar, but once you've created your proposal, that gets you your revenue. You're going to be tracking your materials as you go. You're going to be able to track your labor costs as well, look at your profitability, and look at how close was I to, say, forecast. And that's something that as well, when we looked at those sort of custom data fields, you can then start to look at how profitable are different types of jobs. So I'm in travel mode. I arrive on site and I click arrived. I start work. Worth noting that this will work offline as well. So if often you're going to locations where you don't have signal, I'm still going to have the data stored locally on the device. That includes the whole supplier databases. So for example, we've got an integration with City Plumbing. You can access your account and your prices, and locally on the mobile device, the field agent can order materials, which is pretty cool. I'm in work mode now, so we're just going to go, I guess, to the solar PV installation survey, because really what we're going to focus on is that data that's captured. So I click on the task.
So I just point out here as well that they can't just get on site and get to end traveling. As soon as they start a task, it will prompt to end traveling to let you know you've arrived at work has started. So you only have to sit on site all day just in travel.
Yeah, so we try to make the time tracking as kind of a consequence of the actions that someone needs to take anyway. So it's not like I deliberately have to remember to track time. The system will help you do that. Obviously, there's going to be occasions where someone just leaves site, whatever, because they want to go to the pub and it's a Friday. I don't know if that sounds familiar, Jamie. And they've forgotten to end the time. Maybe they go Monday morning, they open the app and they go, oh, I didn't end the time log. It will prompt them and say, right, what time did you finish? And hopefully they can be entirely truthful about that. We will be bringing in some GPS tracking in soon as well. Okay, so this is my custom form that I've created. Obviously, customers already filled this in, so I can see this, so I don't have to waste time duplicating the data. Forgive me if I enter some numbers that are entirely ridiculous in here, but this is just a simple demo. I don't know.
This is really fantastic.
Do you know? Full of actions. Okay, so this is the cool bit. So it's going to ask me for photos. So I have prepared some earlier. What was that one I asked for? Roof overview. What have we got? That looks like a roof overview. Okay, so I'm going to add that one.
Looks like AI is a lot.
Yeah, AI is great when it doesn't really matter. It's already done that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of this looks like.
Okay, I mean, whatever, that one. Site access. These people are realistic, don't they? Although the good thing about asking AI to create images is often you do get those the images that people love to comment on, where like someone's on a roof without scaffolding and all sorts of health and safety fails. But this is not real life. This is made up images, so don't worry about it. Cool. So I'm going to click save on that. It's syncing. There's quite a few images there to sync. If you're offline, remember it will just store them locally, and it can just upload them when you do get signal. But that's all synced. They're quite big images, but obviously I'm on Wi-Fi here, so that was all quite seamless. Another thing, I just wanted to touch on here while I'm here is the materials. So this is where I've got access to the entire city plumbing database. I don't know, maybe a solar panel. No, I want some LED flashing. So I mean, this as I said, there's like close to 1 million items that are sort of synced locally. Obviously, that's not actually that much data because it's not like it's like lots of images and anything. It's just like text and prices, and so I'm going to request these materials. I'm going to notify Jamie, and I need them tomorrow. Oh no, I've missed it. What date? What's the date say? I don't know.
That's
cool. Oh, I'll click cancel. Seamless. Okay, so that's done as well. I can see the images that I've uploaded, and I can view them if I need to check that. Okay, cool. So I'm done working on this now. So I'm going to click done and work. It's going to ask me, say, if I'm doing this after, I actually finished at 2 and I forgot to do it, or I'm doing it now. I could adjust the time. I get sort of one shot of that. Could be edited in the office if real needs be, but hopefully not. Any additional photos, I'm basically going, right, that's done. All tasks complete. Okay, my work in the field is done. So what we need to do now is we need to switch back over to the web version, and we'll just see the kind of result of that. Okay, so back to the web. Okay, so this is done now. So you will notice at the top here we've got some information here, and that's the materials forecast. So that's based on the request that I made in the field. But what I do have now is a filled out list of all the information and the images that were recorded on site. I've just got that instantly as soon as they've synced. So in the files section now, I've got all of these images. So probably a good opportunity to test out our AI search. So all the images that run through, and this is live, so hopefully it works. So all our images are run through like image like description through like AI and like tagging. So if I were to search for roof, it should show me the 2 roof pictures. And it does. Well, there's 3 roof pictures there. I think, yeah, that's correct. Or if I was to go solar, okay, it's going to show me the solar. I wonder if it's got the ladder. Ooh. Yes, got the ladder. Cool. So that's pretty cool. If you ever need to like rename them as well, we do have a feature there. Again, using that same sort of technology. So it's going to pull it up. If you've taken images of specific like manufacturer devices, it's going to pull that out as well. So it's pretty good at that. So for example, maybe I want to now, all right, these are all my survey images. I want to move them into survey and design. So if I open there, they're all stored in that. I can create nested folders as well. So that's pretty useful for storing those sort of subfolders. And maybe there's a subfolder that I want to share, with customers. So maybe I do that.
Limit on how many nests you can get?
Say that again, sorry.
Is there a limit on how many nests, how many folders you can?
That's a really good question. I think there might be. I think it might be like 8 or 10 or something. I mean, obviously that's ridiculous. Don't do that because, but you could do that. So yeah, yeah. Thanks for that.
Well, I don't think anyone's got 10 fold.
Yeah, absolutely.
10 layers.
So I can navigate out here. I can rename these if I've got them wrong. Obviously, I've templated them, so they're going to be there every time. And there's kind of like lots more stuff we want to do there. But obviously, I can click in there. It's going to show me what's in that folder. But I put stuff in this folder. So if I wanted to create that nested folder, I'm already in the survey and design. I don't know. Say I wanted to create a share folder within that. So that's share there, and I could also like drag that and go, oh, I want to share that specifically. And then you've got your same functionality of I was going to send a link to the portal, and then the customers can always go back and access it. If you share it and you didn't mean to, you can unshare it. There's kind of lots of options there, and I can filter by the different types of files as well. So that is, and these custom fields. So these custom fields, there's a few other places now. Actually, I haven't got set up for this demo, but we can map those to forms that maybe you need to get someone to sign, or it's an output that needs to be shared with a customer. Like commercial customer wants all this documentation, for example. They can also be used in our, a lot of our templates. So if that's our or it could be an automation template, could be a proposal template, so that you're really saving that time. You only want to be entering this data once, and it can be used in lots of different places. Analytics, automated messaging, all sorts of all those kind of forms as we discussed, and that includes the kind of images as well. So if you need the images embedded, you can do all that now as well. While I'm here sort of like looking at what I tracked on site, let's just quickly look at materials. So I can see this is what was requested here. They are in the to order. It was requested by me. You can see the stock availability, and that's based on sort of branch locations as well. I've got the little van to say it can be delivered. And there's always this history here as well. And then I can always create PO. If it's for city plumbing in particular, I can actually go through and make that order online in my account. So that's pretty useful as well. And what else? Just on this, say there was I spotted a problem and I need to change something. I can still go in and change it in the office, and there is an audit log of who changed what. So if anyone needs to find out what was the cause of some issue, so we can train people better, I can do that as well. Yeah, so I think that concludes what we wanted to cover today. Obviously, hopefully this is very recorded. There'll be a video on YouTube and LinkedIn if we want to go back and look at it. But yeah, any other thoughts or questions?
Did we have set up details of the survey in the create template, or is that not?
Sorry, say that again. Do you have
the survey template that we generate that information?
The form output?
Yeah.
No, I don't have that set up. You can set that up for next time. We created and set up this account today. Oh, there is one other thing that is worth showing. I can do the DNO applications, which connect directly into. So if you've done an application through ENA Connect Direct, you can basically, this is integrated, and again, it's about only entering the data once. So I want to do a solar and battery installation. So it pre-populates. I can search. It's got all of the existing devices in the database and all the information there. So I don't really know what I'm searching for, but obviously it's got that there. Commissioning date and the cutout image. So based on what was captured on site, I've got all that pre-populated, supporting files and everything. So I can do the whole installation. If the DNO auto accepts it, it lets me know instantly. Also, if it gets if there's more information required, it will show you. So all of that can be tracked against this project, and again, only entering that data once. We did have a question on it, so it might be worth us bringing up. So mostly those DNO applications are domestic in size. So we did check, and the applications currently through ENA Connect Direct and via Payaca, effectively same system, although Payaca pre-populates it for you. So they accept applications up to 130 amps and 51 kilowatts per phase. So that's what they're up to at the moment. So anything below that can be done through here. Obviously, if you're having to do it sort of manually and separately, hopefully they sort of catch up and we'll be able to do them all automated soon. But if you can store any of the documentation here that you're sharing, if you've got your emails connected, you can sort of email out to anyone related to the project as well, and track that all in the activity feed, which can be filtered. Ben did rightly notify, so you're echoing badly. So we do need to sort that out for next time. But I think we've done quite well considering the amount of time for planning we managed to allocate to this. But we'd like to do more, depending on feedback. I don't know whether Ben or anyone else has been able to monitor to see whether there are any questions or comments. I'm just going to quickly look myself. What we'll try and do is get this to any. I'm going to echo now. Yeah. So we'll try and get this so people can actually get prior notice, attend, and leave questions, so we can do a bit of Q&A. But hopefully that was useful. Any final comments, Jamie, with your echo? No final comments. So we'll end it there. But yeah. Thanks for watching if you got this far.